Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. My name is DB333, and my ass is killing me. Anyway, last video. I think we put down the rebellion in Uganda, and we're having everything else just fucking fall apart around us, because go figure, trying to murder all the Africans is not going well with all the Africans. I don't think it took a rocket scientist to tell you that was going to happen, but yet here we are. But it's okay. We'll figure something out. I think what we're going to do is we're going to look... What do we want to do? We're going to be keeping up with the Joneses. Ukraine, 9. Ostland, 9. Poland, certainly not. The Netherlands and Norway. Those is a peak of degeneracy within the Reich. Now that I've dealt with traitors down here, you know, I'd gladly shoot those fucks too if Germany wasn't filled with degenerates of its own. Nothing works! If I do, none of them works. Unless... Yeah. Why didn't I think of this before? Burgundy, yeah. Maybe he was right all along. There aren't any disgusting self-interested administrators, no fucking natives running around murdering governors, no malingering mercenaries. That's what I need. He was right all along, but why didn't I listen to him then? No matter, I will make it up for... More than that, I will beat them. He will respect me. I will forge this subhuman-infested shithole into something he couldn't dream of doing. If Himmler wanted to turn some insignificant French city into a factory, I will turn this entire continent into an assembly plant. He says he's gotten rid of degeneracy. He will knows what that means when he sees it. He will. If it's the last thing I do. If the last Aryan in this continent will work until the degenerate filth of Jewish influence is completely exorcised from the veins. So yeah, that's totally not batshit insane. Let's do it. Okay. According to reports I received, the king of Rwanda, Mutara III, has died. This comes as no surprise. He was sick and was recently bedridden. Shortly before his death, he was purported to have given his crown to his son, now Kigeli V, after a series of strokes. An official announcement of his death has been given out by Kigeli himself, though to be quite honest, I don't fucking care. I will report developments on the situation with the new king as we come along. Didn't we just read the one before or something? What does concern me is that the attacks on the Ugandish border are increasing. Patrols have gone missing, many have turned out dead, and those that do survive are grievously injured. While it has not spiraled out of control yet, I fear that this is merely a sign of things to come. Long live the king? One of the most persistent troublemakers in the Kenya region of the Reichstag is a local leader calling himself the Care, an indigenous team apparently intending to lay claim to political representation of the whole of the primitive Luo people. Our local intelligence assets have pinpointed the true identity of the Care as one Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, a recognized chieftain of a Luo tribe in the colony's interior. Odinga has been a known dissident since the early days of Aryan dominance in Africa, but his non-violence has led to his activities largely being ignored in the face of more radical, violent dissidents from other local community leaders. Recently, though, the Care's low-level resistance to the Reichstag's dominion has escalated. He has issued a public call of sovereignty for the Luo and the creation of a, quote, union of the Luo people against the tyrants. I believe this is nonsense, and Odinga and his compatriots have no power to resist the Aryan dominance of Africa. The so-called care is not a serious threat to our rule, but the thinly veiled treason of Odinga's decree is still enough to warrant an additional show of force in Kenya to deter sympathy for Odinga's call to action. Now, a few more guards getting hurt. So, I'm curious, how is our economy coming along? Oh my god, look at that deficit. That is incredible. We're gonna pay off our debt. Don't make the joke you're about to say. I was about to say something. But, well, I can't really say it now, because I openly pondered it, and I can't say it. So I'm either going to say it, knowing that it was bad, and make it come across as way fucking worse, or I just gotta leave it, and you guys have to guess what I was gonna say. And it is what it is. My ass still hurts. I think I pulled something. I don't know if I pulled something, but muscle's sore from the gym. So, yeah. Dark warm blood continued to gush out, the tore open wound across the man's thigh as panic began to course through the room as terribly fast as the adrenaline was pumping through the armed man's body. Strings of curses poured forth from the German's lips as he rocketed a chair up against the doorknob, hoping by his withering life just a few more moments. Stabbed? Stabbed for this? The man said as he shakily adjusted his glasses while smearing blood across the lens. The manila folder was already ruined and crumpled, but inside lay the answers towards the reason for which life began to feel as fleeting as it was now. To my concern, it's come to my attention following the ending of open conflict against the South Africans and their American allies, coupled with the reorganization of Reich's territories of Africa under the Reichskommissar Hans Hüttig. A number of administrative errors have come into the light regarding the handling of a new Reichsstaat. In accordance with the contingencies filed under the Reich's Foreign Occupied Territories Protocol, I have thus requested that... All this for a simple request? Reichskommissar Hüttig has some difficulties in administration and now I'm a traitor? The man whispered to himself, rocking as he sniffled towards the burning pain spread across his thigh. The slab had turned dark and crusted, as visions of his wife and Germania flew across him as chips of wood exploded across the room. Members of Hüttig's honor guard came rushing in, pistols drawn. To the victor goes the blood. Well, yeah, okay. Let's go with ruling a continent. The Boer Republic has been the soft underbelly to our hold ever since the South African War concluded. Rebels still jump the border, and the country is beginning to descend into complete anarchy. This is, of course, unacceptable. There's only one way to fix the mess that has been created in the South, direct intervention. The Boers are too weak to rule themselves, when we must step in and give our allies firm guidance, whether they fucking like it or not. This is becoming a very cursy, violent episode. I acknowledge that and I apologize for that. I'm gonna blame it on my ass hurting. Is that accurate? Probably not. Oh, I think I clicked on something without knowing. Our administrative capital in Südwest Africa, Windhoek, is currently under siege by native rebels flying the tricolor of the Südwest Afrikanische Volksorganisation, SWAVO. Their attacks appeared spontaneously, without warning from collaborating native forces, whom we can therefore assume to be involved. Our local SS units have completely successfully repelled... God damn it. Yeah, I pulled that muscle. Fuck. SWAVO's attempts to seize control of the city center and forced heavy casualties in a victorious delaying action against the insurrection. Unfortunately, in the process, they have controlled over both the city's outskirts and much of the surrounding countryside to the rebels. The situation here is urgent. The sheer number of dissidents surrounding Windhoek has led to our garrison suffering ammunition shortages and dealings with them all. Urgent reinforcements will be required to relieve the siege and free local forces to mop up the remaining participants. So we'll have to hold tight, or mzb_reichstat.1300.b. Huh. Such a hard choice. I don't know what to pick. Guess we'll do top one. Anyhow. Investigation into the perpetrators of a raid on the Mid-Bay Air Force have succeeded in identifying a group responsible. In fact, they identified themselves. Recently, a wide-band radio broadcast has been detected in stations across Angola. Sent in Portuguese, the message claims to be the work of UNITA, the so-called National Union for the Total Independence of Angola. The contents of the message, omitting pointless grandstanding, were a call to many of Angolans to resist the lawful government and prepare for a war of independence. The station transmitting the message is yet to be located, but will soon be destroyed. Local garrison leaders have been ordered to prepare for a possible period of unrest due to their message. It is unknown precisely how many settlements received the message due to low ownership for radios in the colony, though its power was poorly sufficient to be heard in the neighboring Congo. Nonetheless, the Portuguese content of the message limit its effectiveness outside of Angola. Try to locate the broadcast location. That's all we can do, I think. Well, it's probably not all we can do, but it's the only realistic thing we can do. Yeah, I think, well, Borman is just doing Borman things. England is going with Macmillan. Comey is kicking the front's ass, which, holy shit, based. Although this is a three-front war they're in. Although everyone seems to be in that three-front war. Let's get a general. Let's go with, Liebenschel. Why not? Yeah, I don't think it matters much. Oh my god, we have so much fucking paperwork. Okay, it's the opinion of the colony of Vivalta, the impact of the annexation of the Zimbabwe region been detrimental to the continued presence of law and order. World relations between English settlers and native blacks have never been as positive as in regions such as Zambia. The reorganization of the military command has already created a power vacuum in which disorder and dissent can thrive. Already, the government has been made aware of a series of violent clashes between Germans, Anglos, and its native blacks across the country over the past several weeks. In addition, it's believed that the aforementioned power vacuum has been utilized by rebel groups such as the Zimbabwe African People's Union to regroup and extend their influence. Allocation of additional supplies, material, and manpower is requested. Well, we don't have enough to go around. Okay. Ah, fuck. As you know, for the recent death of the King of Burundi, there has been a succession crisis as he never bothered to nominate a successor. This has led to severe infighting that has rendered the region uncontrollable, and there are several successors vying for the throne. However, I do not believe that this is a significant enough issue for us to intervene with. As far as I'm concerned, the natives are busy killing each other instead of us or our soldiers. News come from Burundi will not come from them, as it would be far too weak to stand up against their might. It would be a waste of men and bullets to intervene now or later. Continue to monitor the situation. Well, the situation still somehow fucking worsens. Okay. Our investigation into the plantation massacre of last week has turned up an interesting lead. We found several diaries kept by the slaves where Mobutu Sese Seko is referenced in as an inspirational figure. We also found a note that implied that some of the slaves had been in contact with savage terror group led by Mobutu. We believe that Joseph Desiree Mobutu, the black savage... Oh, that's not okay to say. The traitor Mueller, insanely promoted to a commanding position in the SS, has been turning his SS training against our righteous cause, commanding a terrorist organization of natives and escaped slaves under the name Mobutu Sese Seko. So he named it after himself. That's totally not egotistical. Okay. Upon your orders, my men will commence a search around the plantation for any hidden footpaths of Mobutu's agents might have used to get in contact with his slaves. Hopefully his trail will lead us right into the snake's den. We'll burn down the whole damn jungle if he must. Just bring me his head. I need to not lean on my left ass cheek. It's not the ass cheek itself. It's the muscle on the It's the thigh muscle right that connects the ass to the thigh. Ah, fuck. Well, what the shit. So much fucking paperwork. Oh, God. My men fruitlessly searched the plantation grounds for a few hours until a local farm boy approached with squad leader. He reported seeing a few of the escaping slaves disappearing into a thicket on the eastern edge of the property. Upon further investigation, we found a footpath there. Upon following this path, my squad meandered for a few miles before reaching a dead end as the trail disappeared in the impassable jungle. The farm boy who gave us a false tip has already been arrested and sent to a labor camp for his deception. Okay, we're killing children now. I'm not going to read that. I don't know what's making me more uncomfortable, the events or my ass. Okay, I'm gonna... That's a weird pose, but I'm going with it. Kinda helps. Several files were scattered all across over Hutig's desk, their contents running from the mundane to the top secret, and all of them were found after months of investigation of the Central African and Sud-West African archives. For Hutig, this was something inconceivable just months ago, when he had to pester the bureaucrats back in Germania, only for his request to get ignored or, worse, suffer the indignity of being called a traitor from corrupt pencil pushers who couldn't give a damn about the fatherland. Now all the secrets were on his desk, and all it took was to simply take the initiative. After all, if you want a thing done well, do it yourself, he thought. Still, reading the file made Hutig realize the situation much worse than he imagined. The corruption present in Central Africa and Sud-West Africa is so pervasive that they were an essential part of the previous administration. We might have conquered the territories, Hutig thought, but not their souls. The road is still long before we can call this part of Africa a nation fit for the Aryan race. What we need is German discipline. Yeah, because German discipline has done so well so far. Well, let's do a more Burgundian system, I guess. Burgundy might have a right idea, but its methods are revisionist. What is the Oranstadt's talk? Venerian feature war if Himmler's troops stooped down to the level of enlisting Frenchmen and Belgians. God, I feel the most gross reading that word. Jesus. They might as well be Mueller for all I care. Even their SS is degenerate. Pretending their status gives them a higher placement in the racial hierarchy than other Aryans. In the Reichsstadt, however, things will be different. I will make sure of it. Himmler will learn from me. Once I'm finished with his continent, its inhabitants will be more Burgundian than the Burgundians themselves. Oh no. Well, don't say that. So the situation is worsening in a lot of these places. Uneasy in a lot of places. Worsening Angola, Namibia, Zimbabwe, and Uganda. I think I said this. I do want to at least see one of these pop. And I'll let one of them go just to see what happens. Like I said, I think I agreed on Zimbabwe falling. Oh, Jesus. How? Okay, this is good news at least. We'll fucking read this one. Seems as though the time has run out of King Urundi's successors. A few days ago, all successors of the King of Urundi have been overthrown by militias. In their place, they've installed Michel Mikombero, one of their own. I do not believe this poses any kind of immediate threat to our hegemony. I only see this in the weakness of the natives. The fact of the matter is that they cannot hope to match the discipline of the Germans, or our soldiers can defeat their best armies. The situation is fine, and our order will be restored soon. I will be sending the SS, once they are ready, to finally put an end to this ridiculousness. I will personally see to it that Urundi is stabilized. Someone's doing something. Game? Oh, what the fuck was that? I don't know. I don't know why it froze there. That spooks me a little. Ah, god damn it. Y'all could hear me fucking wince and bitch about my legs. Great. As of recently, a relatively minor independence movement for Tanganyika, labeled the Tanganyikan African National Union, has come into blows with local reps of the Reichsstadt. Though the movement has been effectively subdued until late, only bringing up minor issues with our ability to govern. It has retained influence in the region and has now entered into a clandestine, widespread anti-Reichsstaat propaganda campaign, presumably to influence locals into insurgency. The campaign, although we are, as of now, unable to stem its flow of propaganda, has been deemed a failure by both myself and my adjutants. Its locations for the placement of propaganda are easily recognizable and consistent, allowing us to both catch many active dissidents and prevent their works from being seen by a large population. These subpar attempts at a dissidence by the group, TANU, signals to us stability in the region, and any all threats of active dissident groups are under close watch and serve no threat to the Reichsstaat. All risk of insurgency, your uprising is soon to be eliminated, it is assured. Yeah, I guess I'll take the award for it. I don't know what the fuck else to do at this point. Everything is fucking falling apart, but we are used to that at this point. Crack. 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 Blood in the howl of the Africans flew through the air as the Germans' whip continued to sear through the slaves' flesh, whilst the Reichskommissar's steely gaze continued to peer on, and while the traitors' slave contemporaries looked onwards with cries and tears. Insubordination, treachery, conspiracy against Reichsstaat, and furthermore, the Reichskommissar himself could hardly believe it. After destruction of Siegfried Fuhl's incompetence and Wolfgang Schenk's lack of a will to act, these venomous lands continued to defy the will of Hutten, the very will of the Reich itself. Before he'd arrive at his post, Africa was a sullen mess of inferiority, mismanagement, and resistance against the Aryan way. National Socialism was meant to change these ways, purge these terrible jungles from their gross and decadent ways. And yet National Socialism has failed. These African bastards have just refused to give in, they've gone a step further, dared to refuse the rule of Hutten in his own camp. National Socialism provided not the miracle that would cleave his continents asunder, and provide for a greater world by the might of the Aryan. However, what it did provide was a vision. A vision for things to come, for the Reichsstaat needed, to breathe life into these terrible days, so that all traitors may only find a painful death, and that only the pure and strong may survive, every man enlisted, every citizen under surveillance, and every enemy of the Reichsstaat upon the cross. Hutten took a few steps forward, grabbing an assault rifle and putting back the charging handle as his boots kicked up the sand of Ostafrika. Summary executions! All of them! Such words only bore several minutes of butchery and bloodshed across those terrible sands. Where they failed, we shall survive. I mean, okay. You know, let's empty the homes, I guess. I'm already not looking forward to this one, but here we go. To fight the degeneracy that is currently corrupting our nation, every home must be searched, and every suspect, no matter how tenuous his association with the terrorists, should be incarcerated. Even the terrorists must have a place to rest. The African continent is full of huts and shacks where the natives coordinate their attacks. There might also be sympathizers who house the terrorists. These degenerates are just as guilty as the criminals they abet. Conducting searches in every house will kill two birds with the same stone. I mean, I guess. Oh god, we have more consumer goods. Democracy returns to Italy. That's nice. I don't think I care. Okay. Wait, was this what we... Oh, this is just catastrophic. I received distressing news. Zanu is throwing a fit. I think it's the same as the Uganda one, I want to say. So, damn it. We don't have time to read it anyway. I gotta cut it here. Okay, yeah, so it's the same idea. So, I guess next video we'll just go ahead and let Zimbabwe go. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. Thanks you do. Leave a like. If not, feel free to dislike. If you want to see more of this content in the future, hit the sub button from uploads every weekday as well as occasionally Saturdays. If you have any comments, feedback, concern, anything sort, leave in the comment section below. I read all the comments I get. I appreciate any feedback you might have for me. If you want to chat, play games, anything sort, check out my Discord. If you want to see me do so live, I have a Twitch. I'm sending $2 my way every month. I have a Patreon. All of which are down in the description box below. That's it for now, folks. Thank you as always for watching. My name has been DB333. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. God damn it, my ass. I didn't even stop the recording. God damn it.